What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those who don't know me, my name is George, a filmmaker, photographer, and content creator based in Miami, Florida. Now, I've ran my creative agency for the last 5 years, and I've been building my personal brand, Wander with George, mostly on Instagram throughout the last few years. That's allowed me to work with some incredible brands and projects all around the world, which I'm excited to start sharing with you guys on this channel. See, this year I've challenged myself to grow this YouTube channel and bring some value to you guys based on my journey and experience as a creator. Today, I'm breaking down a very cool project I got to direct, produce, and edit. Last year, the suitcase company Travel Pro flew me to Paris and paid me $12,000 to direct this commercial. Now, before we dive in, I want to start with the overall objective of the shoot, how I got this project, and why I chose Paris. So I initially reached out to the brand, offering my video production services to create lifestyle and cinematic content for their products. They reached back and said they had a product launch later that year and they really wanted to push content for it. So I quickly went on their Instagram and noticed they didn't have a ton of assets outside of a studio setting. This was a clear angle I wanted to pitch, show their products being used in real life scenarios and potentially in some of the most iconic streets in the world. No studio lighting, no fake environment, real movement, and very dynamic. Now, I live in Florida and it was summer at the time. If any of you guys have been here during the summer, you know it's hot, it's rainy, it's humid, and it's really hard to shoot outside because the weather is so unpredictable, which kind of discarded Miami as an option. And anyways, it would be cool to actually show this throughout one of my trips. And then I also realized the brand's logo was the Eiffel Tower, and then it all clicked. I mean, it's better than shooting in my hometown right now, and I'm sure so many brands would love to have their product shot in Paris. It's one of the most iconic cities in the whole world. Now, I'm not going to go into a super technical shooting breakdown in this video, but I do want to share with you guys some of the essential things you need to do to first pitch and land a project like this. The pitch. The pitch is super important, guys. This is where you make it or break it. I highly recommend doing some research on the brand and industry before you send a pitch, and as well as knowing their needs, which in this case I knew their product had very minimal lifestyle usage, and that was a clear angle I wanted to attack. I quickly put together a pitch with some iconic locations in Paris, a solid mood board, and some examples of my vision. I offered one 16:9 30-second hero video and 3 9:16 short form videos along with about 20 photos. Now, I will say what really made this possible wasn't just my camera or skill set, it was my personal brand. See, I'd been creating travel and filmmaking content on Instagram for the last 5 years, showing my process, sharing my work, and documenting my journeys. So by the time this opportunity came around, I felt like I could pitch it because I had built a solid portfolio around this niche. And from a brand's perspective, it's really appealing because not only can I shoot this project and bring it to life, but I can share it with my audience on Instagram who loves travel and filmmaking content anyways. So I can't stress enough how important it is putting content out there because that's validation to your skill set and who you are. I would have never gotten this project or half the opportunities I have if it wasn't for putting content out there and building some sort of social and web presence, guys. It's so important, and I know so many talented people, creatives, filmmakers, not putting the work out there, and it really gets me, guys, because there's so many opportunities going to waste, so many talented people that could really build up their business just by doing this. So please, guys, do me a favor, put your work out there. I promise you won't regret the extra eyeballs. Building your personal brand in 2026 is one of the highest ROI things you can do. It allows you to pitch bigger ideas, sell products online, and be part of campaigns instead of just being behind the camera. Now let's talk about the budget because I know that's what everyone is curious about. This was a $12,000 project, but that doesn't mean $12,000 straight into my pocket. That budget has to cover everything and still get paid out. So initially I looked for another videographer in Paris to help me bring this to life and hired my super talented friend Ori. He also knew the city way better than me and was comfortable being behind and in front of the camera, and he helped me add some great shooting locations in Paris to my board. This was a 2-day shoot, so I accounted for my flights, hotels, food, and everything else we needed that determined a 12K budget. That's what would cover my expenses and have a reasonable margin after project delivery. I recommend using a budgeting tracking tool to make sure you're staying within your budget and just knowing where everything is going. Now for the creative direction, I didn't want to go with anything super technical. I just wanted it to feel like we're out and actually exploring the city, scratching off all the iconic spots and soaking in the Paris culture. I use wide shots to show scale, medium shots to feel immersed, and close-ups to highlight details. Everything is motivated by movement. Ori and I took turns shooting each other since this was a multi-day shoot and we had 2 suitcases we needed to promote. We also made sure to squeeze in all the landmarks like Arc de Triomphe. This was one of my favorite shots. It was a little hard to get because there were so many cars and so many people passing by, and of course the Eiffel Tower, we got it from different angles. We used pan transitions to help us move locations from place to place and use consistent camera movement to keep it feeling high paced and dynamic. So instead of saying here's the product like a regular studio session or ad, I wanted it to feel like here's the lifestyle and the product happens to be part of it. Now because this was a very quick and on the go shoot, we chose to not have any big or extra equipment we didn't need. We decided to use the Sony FX3 for video and the Sony a7R5 for photo. I love both of these cameras. They allow us to move quickly, they're compact and super lightweight. Their quality is absolutely amazing. I mean, the quality you get out of the FX3 is incredible, guys. We've seen movies shot with this tiny compact camera like The Creator or Get Away. It's a beast. I've linked it below just in case you're in the market for a new camera. I absolutely love this camera and I will always recommend it. I'm also a strong believer that you don't always need a big production team or the craziest cameras to make something look really good. I mean, especially going into 2026 with the AI boom, guys, you need to leverage all the tools you can to not only move quickly but be very efficient. It goes as well with LUTs, right? You can spend hours and hours color grading, but if you make LUTs that you're actually proud and you actually like, then all you have to make is minor adjustments to your footage, color correction, stuff like that, instead of wasting hours color grading, and tweaking, split toning and stuff like that. So guys, if any of these things are holding you back, just remember cameras and big production crews are not always necessary. It's the confidence you have in your vision and the final outcome for the brand. In the edit, pacing and music were everything. We didn't have any super complex VFX components. We just used in-camera transitions that we had planned before in our mood board. I wanted this to feel emotional and cinematic, but also aligned with the brand. Since I did have to make various versions due to my deliverables, I spent a few days ironing out all the footage and editing all the short form videos along with the hero video, and ultimately the brand was super happy with it and gave very minimal feedback. And guys, this is my favorite part because the brand loved this project so much, it opened up doors to work on more product launches with them. We ended up shooting a road trip in South Africa, which came out absolutely incredible. The photography was insane too. I mean, this place makes it very easy to feel premium and give a very big sense of adventure. We also shot in Rio, which was my first time there, and we got to soak in the beauty, culture, and landscape, which was absolutely incredible. So I can't stress enough how important it is to kill your first shoot because you never know where it might take you. I mean, this ended up becoming a product launch series all around the world. Of course, keep the quality at the same level. You always want to show up with the best work possible. This project didn't happen because I had the best camera. It didn't happen because I had some crazy production setup. It happened because I showed up consistently for years, shared my work, and learned how to pitch to brands properly. So I hope you guys can all take something from this video and apply it to your creative career. If this video helped you in any way, make sure you hit that subscribe button because this year I'm fully committed to growing this channel and sharing everything I learned. Real projects, unique stories, gear reviews, tutorials, and how I continue to build my personal brand beyond where it stands today. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.